Court does call the case People versus Molly Fox.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Ellen Dennis appearing on behalf of Molly Fox.
Okay, go ahead. What are we doing on this? She's positive for cocaine.
Right. Your Honor, when the bond was set, I wasn't actually present when the bond was set, but at that point, I think they all agreed that her major problem was that alcohol. That was why she entered a recovery program through community corrections. And she's also been attending AA. Now, she's not been positive for, as I understand it, she's not been positive for alcohol use since that time. This cocaine use is kind of, I don't know, an anomaly. And it seems from my discussion with...
Did you catch that? The lawyer is calling cocaine use an anomaly. But in legal terms, multiple anomalies start looking a lot like a pattern. And judges, they don't like patterns.
My client, it's kind of situational, and she realizes that this is absolutely unacceptable.
She had another anomaly back in March.
Right, I understand. But what I mean is, it's not, unlike the alcohol, it was not the dominant problem. And yet it is a problem, of course, but it stems, I'm told, from a friendship that she has with somebody that she's had for many, many years. And apparently this other person got into cocaine use, and she would sometimes participate when she was with that person. She realizes she has to break off all contact with this friend because it's apparently evolved into a relationship in which cocaine is customarily used. So we would ask, of course, that bond be continued, and if the court thought it was appropriate, she could be put on a tether. She has been going to, she had 8 weeks of first phase recovery program, and she'd started the second phase prior to this cocaine use. And she also has been going to AA once a week in addition. So the recovery program, I guess I would have to say, has been partially successful. And we would like to have an opportunity for her to continue to work on her recovery through that. And I know Mr. Kennedy and I have talked about possibility of resolving the case through recovery court, but he's not sure that she's eligible. And I've been waiting to find out if that's true, because that might very well be a good resolution. So, and in the meantime, I mean, she is the caregiver for three minor children, ages 10 and 5. They're all her children. And her significant other with whom she lives, he works full time for one of the car companies, I forget which, for Ford, and is gone in the daytime. So caring for the children, especially when school gets out, which will be pretty soon now, would be very difficult without her presence. But so of course, we're asking for bond to be continued or possibly been modified.
Notice the strategy here. The defense is downplaying the drug use while pushing hard to keep Molly out of jail. Why? Because she's the caregiver for 3 kids. And that argument, it tugs at heartstrings. But will it sway the court?
To provide for her to have an alcohol drug tether. I might also say, I think my understanding is that she entered the recovery program voluntarily. That was not a bond condition. Is that correct?
It wasn't.
She says it was not. So she is she's attempting to do recovery on her own, but of course, community corrections made it possible for her.
Violation with cocaine.
I'm sorry?
This is her 3rd violation with cocaine.
Apparently so.
Yeah, that's a problem.
It is a problem, and but I think a tether would definitely take care of that problem.
I don't have a tether that reads cocaine.
Boom. That's the judge dropping a reality check. You can't slap on a gadget to magically detect cocaine use. This is where legal promises crash headfirst into practical limits.
Well, that's what I wasn't sure when she suggested it, whether that was feasible. She seemed to think it was, but I don't know.
She who?
my client.
Of course. She's gonna tell you that, and then she's gonna go out and use cocaine.
Well, maybe she just doesn't know. I didn't know.
She does what drug addicts do, and they tell you something that's not true.
Well, I don't know that she's truly an addict because her use has not been that frequent. But at any rate, I totally agree with the court that she can't be using cocaine, and I think she also agrees, and she
At what point
understands
did
it.
that dawn on her?
I'm sorry?
At what point did that dawn on her? When we ordered that she couldn't use illegal drugs? In January when she tested positive? In March when she tested positive? Or this time when she tested positive? Which point did she all of a sudden figure out she can't use it?
Ouch. That's courtroom sarcasm right there. The judge is basically saying, how many times do you need to fail before you realize the rules actually apply to you? Classic judicial mic drop moment.
Well, she should have figured it out beforehand, Your Honor, but she now tells me she has figured it out, I guess you could say.
I always hate asking, but I'll ask. Why not? I'll bite. What this time made her figure it out?
Well, maybe she's come to a realization that it's not a good thing for her. I mean, she's brought it up in the group sessions that she's had, these weekly group sessions, and I think they've convinced her that she has to cease her friendship with her old friend because obviously it's not a friendship that's furthering her best interests. And she tells me that she is going to do that. So I hope that she has come to the realization of how damaging to herself that this is.
I'm going to adjourn the probable cause conference.
And there it is. Bond revoked. Translation, Molly's going to jail. No more free passes, no more anomalies. This is the legal hammer coming down hard and fast.
In this case to June 5th, 2025, 9 a.m. Because of her violation, defendant's bond is revoked, defendant is remanded.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's it for me today, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, sir.